A very warm welcome and a very good afternoon. Great to have you with us here. Grand Champions Polo Club coming to you from field number 1, and also a very warm welcome if you've joined us on CTV Sports, the third and final polo of our triple header today, and we are delighted here on field number 1 to host the WCT Finals 2026, playing for the Katina Cup. And before we get on with the presentation of the players, can I ask everybody please to be upstanding for the American National Anthem. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now, without any further ado, let's introduce you to the two teams that are out there. We're going to start from left to right with the Amaze Polo team. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome at number 1. Give a round of applause, Megan Manube. At number 2, coming in with 3 goals, Olivia Uschitz. Good afternoon, Olivia. And then we go into double figures. Please welcome at number 3, playing off 10 goals, Hazel Jackson's in the house. Good afternoon, Hazel. And, of course, all the way from England, the other 10-goaler. Please give it up for the one and only Millie Hind. Good afternoon, Millie. And now over to the team in the dark shirts, Buena Vibra. We're going to start by introducing you to the 2-goaler, that is Juju Tarazona. Good afternoon, Juju. At number 2, her sister Valentina Tarazona coming in with 3 goals. And then the captain, Maddie Grant, playing off 7 goals, highest rated player in that team. And at number 4, Mika Salarako. Good afternoon, you young ladies. And of course, your mounted official, none other than Pepe Araja. A very warm welcome. And I'm also like to welcome my co-commentator, the one and only Mr. Dale Schwetz.
Thank you, Ian. Well done. Welcome, everybody, to CTV Sports. And, of course, it's WCT Finals, women's polo at the highest level here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. This is going to be a great matchup and a very balanced team you have with Buena Vibra, and then with Amaze Polo team. They're going to mix it up a little bit. They're going to put the 2 10-goalers together. They've done very well, Yan, Millie, and Hazel playing with 20 goals and mixing it up with Megan and Olivia. They're a perfect combination, but they have a strong foursome against them. And look at this, the action is ready to go. 4 chuckers, winner take all.
And that ball played into play on the very first touch there by the number 1. That was Megan Manube. Just gets shut down a little bit in front of goal straight away. The team in the black shirts, just to remind you, that is Buena Vibra. Trying to shut down this initial attack down very, very quickly. Let's see if they can get a little bit of space there, make a little bit of headway over on the far side. A little backhand shot there from Millie Hind, didn't go very far. As very quickly, Buena Vibra trying to regroup and make some headway coming out of their own half. I think that ball might have just trickled over the sideboard, so we'll have a change of possession. Now, of course, with the finals at stake here, playing for the Katina Cup, no surprise that we're going to have what we like to call the first chucker jitters here. Just going to take a minute or 2 for both teams and all the ladies just to find their rhythm. And look at this cheeky little steal here. That ball's running straight to goal. Look at this, the second touch. Is that going to go through? Well, I think you'll see no mistake there. Indeed, a round of applause. So, the Amaze Polo team picking up their very first, very quick goal. A little bit of a break there in the defense. They need to tighten up on that. And we'll tell you exactly who that scorer was. That's the lady right here in front of me. The number. Hazel Jackson picking up the first goal here. Well done, Hazel. No surprise, the 10-goaler picking up the first score. And she's on the move again. Now, that was a little touch there by Millie Hind. And watch Hazel Jackson go up. Oh, well, she's clearly wanting another quick goal if she can. She's got a lady chasing her, Mia Salarako. And look at this. Look at that. Hazel Jackson picking up her second goal back-to-back from one side of the field to the other.
You need to watch out for these 2 ladies. As we said, the 10-goalers, they will take control. One of the things that we've watched them do over the years is pick the ball up quickly and score goals quickly. With this 4-chucker polo, it comes to play at the time, and Millie and Hazel have done a fantastic job capitalizing on that, Yan, showing us how to do it right here, scoring 2 quick goals. Do we get a whistle on the play on the bowling? So with 4:54 on the clock, and 4-2 here with the handicap. I'm going to make sure it looks like Maddie. Now, we had opportunity to watch Maddie here in the U.S. play since she was in high school. And Maddie's been very, very successful playing polo in the interscholastic, intercollegiate level, so the high school level, the college level, and it's great to see her now playing at the pro level. and she will definitely be a big part of the Buena Vibra team today. Yeah, what do you think about this? I know you've grown up with women's polo, of course, all through Europe. We've had the opportunity here at CTV Sports to be a big part of women's polo from the beginning. Of course, Melissa Ganzi, an advocate of the game of polo, herself playing, of course, and also setting many, many records, Melissa herself, playing all over the world, and actually one of the places is St. Moritz.
Yes, of course, the first lady ever to not only make it to the final of the Snow Polo World Cup in St. Moritz, but also the first lady ever to win the Snow Polo World Cup in St. Moritz. So as you said, many, many records are broken and set by her. We're just seeing down here, just to give you an update, our medics are giving a quick look at Maddie Grant. Looked like when that ball was thrown in, she got a little clip there. She's on her feet, which is a good sign, and maybe just a little scratch. Let's hope it's nothing serious, because as you said, they'll not only issue the captain, but with a 7-goal handicap, highest rated player on that Buena Vibra team. So, again, I'll put that down to first Chukka Jitters. Ladies, of course, very, very keen to hold on to that 4-goal advantage. Remember, Buena Vibra coming in off 18 goals in total. Mika Sarako, 6 goals. Juju Tarazona, 2 goals. As I said, Maddie Grant, 7, and Valentina Tarazona, 3, makes 18. The Amaze Polo team with Megan Manabiji coming in off 1 goal. Olivia Utritz with a 3-goal handicap, and then the 2 10-goalers makes 24. So you've got 24 goals against 18, and as based on the fact that we're playing 4 chuckers, a 4-goal advantage given to Buena Vibra. So, but you were talking about ladies polo. Well, of course, in Europe, and especially in England, that is, the place or the country that, ladies very much look at when it comes to setting a benchmark. And then once you get out of England, it's very much America. I mean, you've got Hazel Jackson here, you've got Mia Cambiasso playing here, you've got Millie Hine, just to name but a few of the world's best lady players. And it's always a privilege and an honor to host the WCT finals, which we, of course, also hosted here last year. Last year, we had a 3-way tie, a round robin. The winners last year were Victory Polo La Fay. That was made up of Becky Schmeitz, Pam Devilex, Mia Cambiasso, and Millie Hine. Back then, they were both still 9 goals. Mia Cambiasso winning the MVP award last year. The runners-up last year were Buena Vibra, and they were made up of Lily Hagemeyer, again, Juju or Juliana Tarazona, Hope Ariano, and of course Fatima Balzano. They came second, and the third place, the bronze medal, went to Don George Polo, with Cecilia Cochran, Jenna Davis, Kylie Sheard, and Nina Clarkin. So you can see a track record here of the world's best lady players here at Grand Champions Polo Club, and today's been one of those special days. We started the day off with our 6th goal, the Madeleine Bourdieu Memorial, of course, in homage to the Director of Operations. It was Juan Bellini's mum, who was one of the first lady players ever to play polo, so a very special tournament to Juan and, of course, everybody here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Then at 1 o'clock, we had another thrilling match in the Top Pony 12 goal. Now remember, the 6th goal and the 12 goal will come to a final, or the finals of these 2 tournaments will be played on Saturday the 28th, so that's the day after tomorrow. And then, of course, our big featured game of the week on Sunday, the Palm Beach Open. Make sure you come down and join us at 4 o'clock on the legendary field just behind us here from the enclosure at Grand Champions Polo Club. So a lot to be looking forward to, and let's hope that Maddie Grant will be given the all clear and will be able to continue playing, because, as I said, with 7 goals and wearing the captain's band, she's very, very instrumental in that team. And I think it's very nice to see how all the ladies, not only her own teammates, but also the opposition, are huddled up around her and wanted to make sure that she's okay, that she can continue to play. And I think that's sportsmanship to be expected, especially here at Grand Champions Polo Club.
You said it, Jan. I couldn't have said it better myself. The women's polo, of course, starting at a young age, and we've seen that all across the United States, and also with our PTF, and Jan and I and the CTV Sports crew here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. with the help from a number of the clubs in the area, Jill Johnson and Melissa Ganzi. We've seen a lot of the young ladies actually starting to develop and become a lot stronger at the younger ages. And that's just great to see. Also, we'd like to point out that women's polo has been the biggest influx of polo in the United States. And that is very, very special. And that's not just with the amazing equestrian and riders, but the ability for the women to play and to play not just with women's polo, but of course to play with the men also. So we're going to take a little break, yeah? Okay, so we're going to go to a little break and make sure that we have everybody all right. Looks like Pepe Raza, our monitor official. So this will be a perfect time to get a snack. We'll be right back. We'll take a little break with 4:54 on the clock, 4 to 2. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
Okay, everybody. Well, I think we can rest up. Maddie Grant back in the saddle, and we're going to continue with a penalty fall in favor of Buena Vibra. So a big thank you to our medical staff, making sure that she's okay and able to continue playing. So dangerous use of the mallet will have been the call on that play. Hence the penalty fall taken there by Amika Sarako. Little unlucky not to get rewarded with a score. So let's hope that this little break has not put too much of a disrupt, or has not been too disruptive into the flow of play. I could see that Amaze team were very keen to get on with the action, having scored 2 quick goals here in the opening chukker. So down to 4:26 on the clock, and it is the Amaze Polo team who will continue with a knock-in coming there from Millie Hine, and this could be a breakaway play. A little unlucky as Buena Vibra doing a very good job containing the ball again. It is Sarako who will send everybody on their way. Nice little pass out to the left-hand side. The pick-up on the near side. Beautifully taken here by Valentina Tarazona. A little cut shot. Oh, my goodness. How very close there by Maddie Grant. But great to see her full of confidence, taking a shot on goal here. Nice little play, I have to say, that was. And that whistle will take us to our first courtesy change. We will have a very short break. We've got DJ Darren in the house. Stay with us. We'll be right back within the next minute. Okay then, welcome back. I told you it'd be under a minute, and the ladies very quick, especially off that unforeseen interruption to get on with this final, the WCT finals. A very good afternoon and a warm welcome if you've just joined us. We had two very quick goals in that, still this opening chukker by Hazel Jackson. One of our two 10-goalers, Hazel Jackson playing alongside Amelie Hine, and away we go. And Buena Vibra, now a little bit under pressure here to try and pick up, if they can, another quick goal over on the far side. Once again, Amaze Polo team on the breakaway here, trying to control that ball. Needs to get round the number 3, the captain, Maddie Grant. Well, after that little clip that I think she got, and our medics gave her the once over, she's doing what she does best, playing a very, very strong 7-goal polo. 3 minutes left to play here in the opening chukker. And remember, we will, of course, have our prize presentation right afterwards. The beautiful WCT trophy. I had a look at it. Absolutely stunning bit of silverware. Let's see if Buena Vibra can now take this ball a little bit further. It's the number 4. It's Sarako to try and get a little bit of a headway there. Nice long drive up to the front door. Looking for a number 2 for Valentina Tarazona. Just shy of the halfway line. Hine comes in for a bit of a challenge and turns things around very, very quickly. There's the ball over on the far side. Nice little steal here. Look at that mare go. And this could be a direct run to goal. Second shot. Oh, slightly overcooked it. The clearance. Dangerously close in front of goal. Everybody wanted to get a piece of it now as they come round the bend here and at least get the ball out of that danger zone. Quick turnaround once again. Buena Vibra. Need to clear it. That's a good pick up here on the near side. Very clean the way they're playing. Hine with a little near side backhand. Didn't make the contact. Left behind. Turned by the number 3. You know who that is. Jackson. Hazel goes for the long shot. I was going to say the long shot on goal. And just she keeps it in play. And Dell, a whistle right in front of that goal mouth.
Yeah, true hustle play, though. That's what you're going to see with the two 10-goalers. They're going to use this, even though they do play in the middle of actually in the back of the game. You're going to see a great rotation with Megan, Olivia. They'll rotate around, and Hazel and Millie, you'll see those hustle plays. They will, Charlie hustle all day long, every chukker. It's a big part of their game. A little bit of a issue here on the knock-in and a whistle on the play with 1:15 on the clock. So bad luck here for Buena Vibra on the knock-in. They chose to go across the goal mouth, a bit of a dangerous play, and then when that ball bounced off the pony, we got a turning to the left will be the call. And that ball was inside or right around the 30-yard line. So you're going to get the open goal penalty too. Opportunity to get it within 1 goal here for Amaze Polo. And it's going to be Megan. And Megan Manabay will put it away. Look at this, Yan. 1 goal difference with a minute left in the first chukker.
Well, that would suggest that the Amaze Polo team are sticking very close to their game plan, which is to pick up as many of those 4 goals that were given to Buena Vibra from the get-go. So that first hurdle has been achieved, well, nearly at least. We're down to the last few seconds of play. Ball goes to the boards. A little deflection. Once again, it'll be Juju Tarazona. Leaves it now for the number 3, Maddie Grant. Keep a lookout on the clock. That horn coming any second now. And if they can pick up a goal here, I'm sure that will go down very well. Nice little run here once again by Juju Tarazona. Couldn't take it all the way. A little open backhand. We're down to the last 15 or so seconds. You can see it on the scoreboard. And look at this. Nice pick up here by Jackson. The backhand coming from the number 3. Again, the captain. Maddie Grant getting a lot of touches, getting a lot done here in this opening chukker, but they still need to start scoring goals. And That will be the end of chukka number 1. So 3-0 in favour of the Amaze Polo team. I'm sure Buena Vibra will come back fighting when we return. Stay with us. Chukka number 2 of the WCT finals, playing for the Katina Cup, coming right up. All right then, everybody, welcome back. What a beautiful afternoon here. The sun's still relatively high in the sky. We're on field number 1, Grand Champions Polo Club, of course, the home of champions. And we are at the WCT Finals 2026, playing for the Katina Cup, a supporter of the ladies polo for many, many years. So thank you very much to Katina. And if you've just joined us, Buena Vibra, they're in the black shirts. They have a total handicap of 18. We're given 4 goals on handicap based on the fact that Amaze Polo team are a total of 24. And they picked up 3 goals in that opening chukka. Megan Manube from the penalty line, and then Hazel Jackson out of regular play, the 10-goaler. They're picking up 2 goals. So that makes it 4 goals to 3. And look at this. Nicely done here. Direct route to goal. Surely that ball will trickle. But it trickled just wide, not over the line. Unlucky there again. Maddie Grant doing a very, very good job. And I do feel sorry for that young player. She did ever so well. Had a little bit of an incident in the first chukka. Comes back very strong here at the top of chukka number 2. And then we're talking inches, literally a matter of a few inches. That ball just not going over the back line. Here we go then. Next attack coming. Jackson feeds the ball to Hine. Hine on the near side. Leaves it. In comes Megan. Megan Manube immediately has somebody, of course, on her hip. Juju, Tara, zone up. Megan able to pick up that ball and run with it. Here we go. Looks over her shoulder. Megan Manube opens that arm again. Tries to center it. Nice little touch here. Can she get around the outside of that last defender? Manube. Unlucky. Did very well to keep the ball in play. This could be a break for Buena Vibra if they can run with it. But look who's coming with them. Hazel Jackson. She'll shut them down wherever she can, of course. And at 10 goals, you need to be an all-rounder, don't you, Dale?
100% on that, Jan. And a perfect example was his back shot here from Millie Hine. Everybody was flat-footed. And even her own player who she was passing to, Megan Manube, but she hits that ball to the open space that opens the team up. And I love the way Millie and Hazel will use the field to open their team up, but then they'll also break it down to bring it a little bit closer to control the defense as they are now.
Yeah, very nicely done again here. Good run here by Juju Tarazona. Very clever play. Little touch there by the number 2 by Olivia Utritz. And what's very good to see, Dale, that also the ladies very strong in the communication, talking to each other. Nice little pass out to the right-hand side, looking for Tarazona. Juju trying to put that one through. But once again, Jackson standing very firm. And there comes the shot. Oh, look at this. What a cracking goal by the number 3 from Buena Vibra, King Olaso, Maddie Grant. And she has well deserved that goal. What a great play.
Yeah, no, you said it. Yeah, perfect play here by Maddie. I love the way she brings it under the neck. And the whole group of players were in the center of the field. So pulling that ball to the outside, you think it might be anti-productive, but it gives her an easier shot. The angle was tougher, but a cleaner shot, clean air, fantastic shot, giving some love right now and some energy to Buena Vibra.
Well, as you know, Dale, yourself, those sort of plays and those sort of goals can be the catalyst to get things going, because we're seeing a much, much stronger Buena Vibra come back out here in this second period of play. A little unfortunate here that there was a right-of-way infringement. Millie knows it. Hazel knows it. Ball being moved. Well, that's the question now. Let's have a look. It was well beyond the 20 mark, or the 20-yard line from the halfway line. So a penalty for, I'm sure, will be the call. I stand corrected. That's a penalty 3, 40 yards is what I should have said. And it's going to go in favor of the Mace Polo team. Now then, who's going to step up and do the honors? It is, of course, undefended. 4:11 on the clock. Play is called, and as soon as that player touches that ball, the clock will continue to run. So let's see if Hazel Jackson can pick up a hat-trick within the first half of this final. Well, no mistake there. Jackson coming down that line beautifully. The execution, textbook. And there it is, goal number 3 for Hazel Jackson. And that reduces the deficit once again to just 1 goal as they trail by 4 goals to 5.
Hazel, one of our, well, not just strongest tango players, but all-around player. And showing you how she gets it done from the penalty line right there. 3:45 on the clock. Nip and tuck here in the second chucker as they go in for the courtesy change. So, well, both teams kind of in the right where they want to be here, Yana. Yeah, you have the Buena Vibra team started out a little slow, but we knew that the Amaze team, they were going to do that, being that they had to give up the 4 goals, and having 2 tangoers on your team, they need to capitalize early in the 4-chucker polo. They did that very well, but Buena Vibra answering the call and getting their mojo going, kind of getting a good feel for each other, and getting a feel for the opposing team also, because as I said, one thing with Millie and Hazel, teamed up with Megan and Olivia today, they will use so many different plays, and they mix it up at a very high level, and Buena Vibra at the moment is answering the call.
They certainly are. Let's see, let's hope they can keep the momentum going. And they've won another throw-in. That's already a very good first step. Here we go from that throw-in. And I've got to say, Dale, very, very strong here also. Juju Tarazona getting involved wherever she can. Left now behind for Hine on the boards. In comes the number 3, Maddie Grant. And that was a little bit too much of a congestion there for the umpire.
So we're going to drop that ball at the spot. So penalty 5A, and on the right-of-way violation. Group of players coming down in the middle, spinning around. This is a set play, and you'll see a number of different set plays by the Amaze team. They'll mix it up. They'll use the 2 tangoers close. They'll spread them out. And when Megan and Olivia get running out in front, they can be a force to be reckoned with. But at the moment here, again, Buena Vibra just raising their level on defense. But watch out, Hazel Jackson on the move. She's got a lot of space to work here. Hazel with clean air. There's the approach. That ball might go on. It's on. Hazel Jackson picks up goal number 4.
Well, again, she was so quick there, Dal. You know, she just had an instinct for what was going to happen. Buena Vibra need to tighten up a little bit on those sort of plays, because when you've got a 10-goaler breathing down your neck, especially somebody like Hazel Jackson and or Millie Hine, they're not going to ask you nicely. They're going to just take the ball, and look at that, the execution again. Perfectly straight shots, and with so much power without even trying to. Well done. Goal number 4 for Hazel Jackson. So they're on course. They've got the equalizer. It's 5 apiece. As the ball's thrown back into play. We've got a little over 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. And I'm sure Buena Vibra will be looking for a change of strategy in that halftime interval. For a moment there when they came out here at the top of Chukka number 2, it looked like they were starting to get their rhythm going. Like now, for example, picking the ball up deep in their own half, and now we have a 2-on-1 situation. This could be a nice little run. It comes down to the horsepower, has to check. Jackson sends it back down over the halfway line. Loose ball play, picked up by the number 1, by Tarazona, Juju this time, trying to do something with it now on the near side. Let's see if they can run with it. Little unlucky, and look how quickly Jackson is right back there. You've got to keep a very, very close eye on her. Of course, she's exceptionally well mounted. Some of the best ponies you'll see within the WCT. And Buena Vibra need to get a grip on that. This could be the kind of play that they were waiting and hoping for to put them back in the lead. On the approach, the cut shot. Didn't hit it. And look how quickly. Stopped and turned. And this is, you know who, Miss Jackson. Look at that pony open up for her. Beautifully taken, beautifully taken. And this is what it comes down to. Horsepower still. Jackson, the finishing touch. What a goal. A coast to coast. A lot of butter on a lot of toast. And that is a hat-trick within a Chukka. Goal number 5 for Hazel Jackson.
No, well said, Jan. That is a fantastic goal. Que golazo, Hazel Jackson. And I feel really bad, really. I mean, they're going to go into halftime here, but this is a positive play to go into halftime for the Buena Vibra team, because they had 4 plays, Jan, where they actually spread the 10 goalers out. They were hitting the ball very, very well. They were using each other well, mounted very well. They had opportunities, so they could take that lesson home, go ahead and put it out the door, and just get ready, only down by a goal, but showing that they have the ability and they have a great offensive plan now working well, and I am very impressed by the horsepower by both teams. So that's going to give us a little halftime break. If you're here at the club and you'd like to stretch your legs, we would appreciate it. You can help us out with a divot stomp, and we'll go ahead and DJ Darryl will play some divot stomping music for you. And here on CTV Sports, stay with us. Dale Spreads, Jan Edward Frank. We'll be right back for our second half of the WCT Finals 2026.
James, where are you, James? One, two, 1, 2. Well, welcome back, everybody. A little break, which I'm sure was much appreciated by Buena Vibra, who at the moment are still struggling a little bit. Remember, they were given 4 goals on handicap. Let's just give you a quick reminder who's out there. They're in the black shirts. We've got at number 1, Juju Tarazona, playing off 2 goals. Then her sister Valentina at number 2, playing off 3 goals. The captain, Maddie Grant, the only player so far to have scored. And what a cracking goal that was, right at the end of Chukka number 2. And at number 4, of course, Mika Sarako, the 6-goaler. And without 4 goals on handicap, they have a total of 5. But let's have a look at the Amaze Polo team. They're in the white shirts, led by Megan Manoby. She picked up an early goal from the line, a penalty too. Then we have Olivia Lutritz playing at number 2 of 3 goals. And then the 2 10-goalers. Hazel, 5-goal Jackson. She's already scored 5 goals. She is, of course, 10 goals. And Millie Hine, the other 10-goaler, making 24 goals, hence the 4 goals on handicap. And that one just went ever so slightly wide. You don't see that very often. Right in front of goal and just puts it out to the left-hand side.
No, but came out of the tent like they usually do, starting very quickly. As you said, if you miss the first half, the Buena Vibra team, they did show some outstanding plays in the last 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes of the second chukker. And if they could get back to that rhythm, and then the horsepower should not be a problem here. They're using the courtesy change, but as Jan was saying, the Amaze team, they did make up immense amount of goals in the first half, and that's the one thing they got to watch out for. But you know what? Just start from where you're at now and keep the rhythm going, because I'm telling you what, this is going to probably be pretty much nip and tuck, but you got to keep an eye on Hazel and Jackson. Once again, Yan's going to come busting through the crowd. She seems to come from nowhere at times. She jumps in there, but she picks a seam, but that's why she's 10 goals.
Well, that's exactly what I said earlier on. You know, she's so quick, she's so agile, she's got such an incredible talent, not only technically in hitting the ball, but also in understanding and playing the game, reading the game. Very often she's 2 or 3 steps ahead of anyone in her vicinity, and then, of course, being so exceptionally well-mounted. So goal number 6 for Hazel Jackson. So you could say it's the Hazel Jackson show, and that has now put them in the lead by 2 goals, 7 goals to 5. And Dale, I believe we had a whistle on the far side. What happened over there?
Yeah, so of course, remember they switched directions on each side. They're bowling from one direction, from one side of the field for the first half. Second half's going to be on the far side. This field does run north and south. Field 1, Grand Champions Polo Club. And just a little bit of a right-away blocking foul right there off of the bowling. So they're going to drop that ball from the spot for penalty 5A. Just off the center, but it will give Buena Vibra the possession. And every possession here on out, and this is what I like. This is what they had at the end of the second, the long ball, but they need to get the finish. And just wide to the right. So, yeah, once again, they're working it down. They got the plays moving forward. Some beautiful passing, but a little bit off to the left, a little bit off to the right on their goal shooting.
Yeah, very unlucky there. Once again, Maddie Grant showing very much her serving goals. The captain here, very powerful strike there, and would have liked to have seen her score. So that could have made all the difference, and that's all they need. Just a little flick of the switch, one little goal, one play like that. Here we go, a little bit of a miss hit. Who can slam on the brakes first? Nicely done. As she tries to center that ball, that will be Valentina Tarazona. And, well, again, in the right place at the right time. An incredible eye for the ball, trying to outplay the number 4 here from Buena Vibra. That, of course, Mika Sarako. Oh, a little bit of a miss hit. You don't want that. Trying to work her way, a little under the neck shot here, not quite getting the contact she was hoping, and that ball will just trickle out of bounds. So again, they just need to tighten up a little on their passing.
You said it, they're getting the passes done, yeah, and there's just a little bit of a problem here, a little problem there, just little misses, and just need to slow it down a little bit because, again, the plays, and I love the movement. They have great rotation. They're changing directions and giving themselves room to work, and they're going to work this one here, positive possession, as they get this one over center field now, and Juju will keep it going here, switching to the near side. Juju to Arizona, nice pickup here. That's a free ball. A little bit hit too far, so I like the non-call. Here's a shot on goal. That's a layup. Can she get the finish? And backed out of there, and Amaze, and you need to watch out because Hazel, but it bounces off a pony. This is another opportunity inside the 60. The shot on goal, and oh yeah, just off to the left again. So this is going to be about the 6th knock-in for the Buena Vibra team as we go to our courtesy change.
Yeah, very unlucky there, 3-13. Lucky for some, not so lucky for others. And but they are working very, very hard, and I've got to give it up. Buena Vibra, very, very strong team spirit going on there. And, you know, I'm sure the ladies would like to have had a repeat of some of the plays, one of the big opportunities that they've had. And I don't want to take away the very, very strong performance here by Amaze. Also, Megan Manubay getting very much involved, playing the very strong role as a defender just now when she took on the captain, Maddie Grant, in an earlier play. But look at this score sheet, Dale. Hazel Jackson, 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and already a goal now in the penultimate third chukker. Remember, they only play 4 chukkers. So stellar performance once again by Hazel Jackson. Ladies coming out very quickly, of course. Again, they want to keep those courtesy changes to a minimum. 45 seconds is the sort of benchmark. Umpire Pepe Araja now summoning the ladies to come back out. So, Amaze Polo team very much on target. Let's see if Buena Vibra can come up with something a little special. They need a little bit of magic and a little bit of luck. It always helps. But the knock-in coming once again here for Amaze. And you can see there's an air of calmness in everything that they do. It's like a well-oiled machine, this Amaze Polo team. Everybody knowing exactly where to be and at what time. And a bit of a late whistle there as the number 1 from Buena Vibra came across that right away, Juju to Arizona. And, of course, again, that's something they need to tighten up a little bit on, Dale.
No, it's a good read here. That's about the distance they're going to keep it at. So good call here by Pepe. They're going to put that ball from the spot. You won't see this the distance get any larger than that, the distance between the 2 players. But also, again, Hazel reading it very well, trying to cut down that pace. And now the give and go from Millie on the penalty 5A, looking for Hazel. They're going to lay one down just inside the 60-yard line, and that's going to be perfect for Megan. And can she get her second goal? And wow, great shooting here by Megan Mandelbay. She has done a great job scoring a penalty 2 and a 1 from the field. So look at this. Amaze Polo just keeping the pressure on as we click down to 2:10 on the clock as they get back to center. They'll line it back up. By the time they get this ball, we should be about 2 minutes on the clock. Back and forth, and a very good job here by the Amaze Polo team, winning about 70% of the bowlings at this time. Loose ball play turned around by Millie.
Turned around. And once again over on the far side, getting closer and closer towards that goal mouth. Leaving it behind. little bit of a traffic jam in front of that goal mouth. They've got to be careful here. You don't want to give a chance away. All hands on deck here. Very good defense here. Let's hope they keep the ball in play. No, they didn't. Now, did that come off a defender?
And down in the corner there, and like I said, Buenaventura are doing what they should do, pressing. But that ball is going to come off, and you are going to get a safety. So we're going to get a penalty. We're going to get a 60, a penalty 6 here on the safety. Goes off the defending team. Looks like Millie Hine will do the honors. About 25, 30 yards off to the right side. Remember the penalty 4 or the penalty 6. On the penalty 6, it's only going to be 40 yards from the center. Millie. Oh, look at this stroke by Millie Hine. Just off to the left side, though. And Buenaventura will dodge a bullet. And now with just about a minute 10 on the clock, this will be a great opportunity here, Yan, to try to get a coast-to-coast run and put it within 2 going into our last chucker.
Thank you, Dale. And not only that, I wasn't quite sure that play just now where we thought it was Mega Manabay. Well, she did all the hard work, but the finishing touch actually came from Millie Hine. We had another look at the replay there. Millie Hine getting that ball over the line. So, if you will, half a goal to Megan, half a goal to Millie. Either way, it's another goal for the Amaze Polo team. And that's put them now 8 goals to 5 in the lead, going into what sure will be the 4th and final chukker. And there is said whistle. And that will bring us to the end of chukker number 3. So, oh no, they're going to play it. They're going to play it on. Okay, we still have a few seconds left to play. Pepe Araja showing and telling the ladies where that ball's going to go. So maybe a last-minute goal here, or a last few seconds goal here in this penultimate 3rd chukker. So, but either way, a very big opportunity here. And this will be a penalty for 60 yards the distance. The idea, of course, is to try and get it over the heads of everybody standing in the goal mouth. Big, big opportunity, as you said, there for Mika Sarako. And that is the first penalty for 6, rather, for Buenaventura. Maddie Grant, of course, with that amazing goal that we saw in the 2nd chukker. Let's see now if they can pick up goal number 6. She's hit it well. She's hit it very well, but just slightly out to the left. And that now will bring us to the end of chukker number 3. So, 2 goals to 0 in favour of Amaze Polo team if we isolate this chukker alone. But overall, as you can see on your screens, 8 goals to 5. We're going to have a very short break. Stay with us for one more chukker coming up of the WCT finals, playing for the Katina Cup 2026. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Chucker number 4, WCT finals, playing for the Katina Cup. I give big thank you once again to our partners, Katina, for their continuous support. And just a subtle reminder of what we've got going on at Grand Champions Polo Club for the rest of the week. Remember, Saturday, the final of the Madeleine Bourgeois Memorial, as well as the Top Pony 12 goal. That's going to be happening on Saturday. Sunday, the Palm Beach Open Finals. The World Polo League, of course, in its 8th year this year, so you don't want to miss that. That's 26 goals. And then on Monday, we've got the Polo Training Foundation, the PTF, and the Basel Welcome Memorial. That's another fun day, Monday. But now let's go to the action and watch the ladies, especially Buena Vibra, who could definitely do with picking up a couple of goals here. They've got one chucker in which to do it. They're down by 3. But the Hannah Mays Polo team doing a very, very good job here. They came out, they had a mission plan, and they've stuck to that mission. In the first chucker, they were down, remember, by 4 goals, picking up 3. Hazel Jackson twice, Megan Manabe 1, and then in chucker number 2 is when they started taking the lead. Here we go then, once again, Megan Manube, now, of course, a young lady player that I've also had the fortune of seeing play in Berlin. Oh, well done, Megan. Let's see if she can take it all the way. Manube, nicely done. That's the control is what you need now in front of goal. Just maybe got a little bit overzealous there right at the very end, but this is costing a lot of valuable time. Well done, Megan. Just working the clock in her favor. And that's what's going to elude Buena Vibra at the very end. And you don't want to have a broken play like this because Hazel Jackson, you give her half a chance. She will punish you. She will score. They need to regroup. That's what they're doing, but not a lot of options there. Maybe over on the far side. Now, this could be a little breakaway. Down comes the hammer again, and that's where they are so strong. And look at this, Jackson. Now, this will be a Kodak moment. Look at that pony open up for her. She's done this once before. Let's see if she can do it again. A great run. She's got a player coming now. There's Valentina Tarazona. Well played indeed. Shutting them down, but let's see how they quickly regroup. Once again, Jackson on the near side. Takes a shot and saved out of the jaws of that goal mouth. Well done. But they're hammering on that goal. Trying to contain the ball, but any little mistake will be punished. In comes Juju Arizona. We'll try and clear it. The danger not yet contained. A little near side backhand. And once again, here we go. Now, this could be a 2-lady horse race. No mistakes now. She got a piece of it. Yeah, and they are indeed pushing, and they're pushing very well, getting over that halfway line now and into the danger zone. Sent back. Who's there? The number 4, Sarako. Little under the neck, just to take it away and put it towards the boards. Clever play once again there by Hazel Jackson. Everybody converges onto the boards. Remember, once that ball hits the boards, a new line will be created. Not always an easy call for the umpire to then award who has that right of way. And that's where sportsmanship, of course, is also paramount. Yes, I thought as much. Eventually, the whistle had to stop play, Dale.
Yeah, and I agree with that sportsmanship. That's why you saw 7 mallets in the air right there. So they're trying to figure out who actually had the right of way coming off there. And it will bounce off the boards, as Jan said, with spin. 4:16 on the clock, to be precise here in our 4th and final chucker. 8-5. You know, we break this down. We started out, you had the 4-goal handicap, and we left 4-3 after the first. Hazel with 2, 1 by Megan, and then 1 goal scored by Maddie. That brought the Buena Vibra to 5. 3 more goals scored by Hazel Jackson, 1 from the penalty line, 2 from the field. She was on fire early, and then 2 unanswered goals in the 3rd. And that was a huge chucker. Opportunity now from the penalty, 3. And no problem. And get the high flag there with 4:12 on the clock. And look at this, Jan do not count your eggs before they hatch, my friend, because a goal a minute, and we are in a great spot right here. And you got to remember, if you do the math, we were talking about it, we have at least 6 missed goals by Buena Vibra. And with 4 goals put in, they would put them already at 10. So they are still in the fight. And the Amaze team, they know this. And trust me, they're going to be talking about this on this courtesy change. We got to finish this one because this is not in the bag yet with 3:51 on the clock. And you know what? Like I said, keep shooting at the goal. They'll come. So they've done a good job at that. And they, like I said, just had a little bad luck because as I was coaching them, their plays have been fantastic. And in some ways, nothing against the Mays Polo team because they're very strong. They play a certain style. But the Buena Vibra team has mixed it up and used everybody on their team in a very, very strong fashion. They just had some trouble around the goal, but that is a big part of the game of polo, those percentages. And they've had low percentage shooting today, but with 3:51 on the clock and a bowl in, so the ball in Pepe's hand, opportunity here. Every possession is huge. Just want to go out the back door. Look, they're going to pick this one up, but no, don't off a horse. And that's when you have troubles here because Millie Ann Hazel will pick up on the loose ball play better than most players in the world. They're going to take this broken play and work it down to the 60, now into the corner, and that's going to take time off the clock with 3:25. Still a tremendous amount of time. They're still okay here. They need to get possession, though. Now, on the turn, picked up and controlled. Amaze, keeping around the 80. There's the layup shot, looking for Utridge, right inside the 40, and they might dodge a bullet here, and yes, they are, and with just under 3 minutes left, 2 goals down, they will get the opportunity at the knock-in, Yan. This is exactly what they need.
Yes, indeed, but they need to now convert, as you said, Dale. They need to start scoring. They've got plenty of time. A nice little coast-to-coast run would be just what the doctor ordered. But again, you can see Amaze Polo coming in very, very soon, standing very deep here, want to disrupt their flow as quickly as they can over on the boards. Jackson, nicely done, taking on 2 attacking players or defending player. Look at this. What a nearly perfect play as Megan Manube, and she's always dangerous in front of goal. Coming straight into your living room now. A lot of talking going on there. And this is the kind of break, a bouncing ball, never easy to play. The backhand, nicely done. From Hine over to Jackson. Manube, keep an eye out on the... I was going to say Megan Manube, but she's actually not. That wasn't Megan, that was Olivia Utritz trying to go with the ball. And there you have it. This is how quickly they can score, Dale.
Yeah, looked like that again. Buena Vibra was on the breakaway, but the Amaze team that turned the defense into offense, and that would actually look like a layup shot, but that ball was just inside the right post, and that is a huge goal right now, putting them up by 3 goals with 1:25. Back to the center. They need to get an opportunity or quickly out of the bowl, and Buena Vibra does not have any time to waste, and then they're still going to need a penalty somewhere. Working hard on the bowling, but this is also where the Amaze team has been stellar today, and this is what they do again very well. They release the ball, find the open player. There's the approach. This ball might go on its own, and the high flag once again, and they have scored 4 goals today out of the bowling. So an exceptional job done here today by the Amaze Polo team. They should be very, very happy with that. They get in the scrum and they start battling it out. And once they get control, they release the ball, and they have had a player wide open, and that's going to put them up at 4. as you get your 30-second warning horn with 25 seconds on the clock. And it looks like they're going to hold on today. One more opportunity there. It looks like they're going to shut it down. So the Amaze Polo team with Megan, Olivia, Hazel, and Millie are going to hold on here for the WCT Final 2026. But Buena Vibra, Yan, what can I say? Just one of those days. They played very, very well. They had some great, great plays. Just a little bit tough shooting that goal, but they shouldn't hold. They should hold their heads pretty high here. What a great game to watch here today at the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 1.
Yeah, and indeed, and what a great way to finish also for the Amaze Polo team. A goal, first of all, coming from Millie Hine and then Hazel Jackson, the two 10-goalers, just showing us why they're 10 goals and fighting and working all the way to the very end. So the two 10-goalers picking up a goal, first Millie, then Hazel. Now then, it would be nice for Buena Vibra to pick up a goal and finish on a high. Opens the shoulders, player with the number 4. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Mika Sarako picking up her second goal from the penalty line. Well done, Mika. And with those few seconds remaining, that will be all she wrote, as they say. So, final score then, 10 goals to 7. We'd like to congratulate very much the Amaze Polo team. Well done, Megan Manube. And then, of course, Olivia Utritz, Hazel Jackson, Millie Hine. And commiserations, but a great display. A great team spirit in that Buena Vibra team. So well done, Juju Tarazona, Valentina Tarazona. Maddie Grant, and let's hope she did not sustain too much of an injury from that little incident in that second chucker, or the first chucker, beg your pardon. And then, of course, Mika Sarako also picking up 2 very important goals. We're going to have a very short little break and everything ready for the prize presentation. Do stay with us, and we should be back within the next 5 to 10 minutes. Stay with us here. CTV Sports bringing you the prize presentation of the WCT Finals, playing for the Katina Cup 2026. James, testing ready. James, you're ready. 1, 2, James, we're on. Thank you very much, everybody. Great to still have you with us here on field number 1 for the official prize presentation. We're delighted to have our very own Tracy Schwartz, who's going to be doing the prize, giving out the prizes this afternoon. So, Tracy, if you'd like to make your way up there, and ladies and gentlemen, if you please like to give the two teams, the two lady teams playing for the finals of the WCT, a big round of applause for the Katina Cup. Well done. What a cracking game of polo we had here this afternoon. And without any further ado, we're going to start, of course, with the best ponies, of which there were 2. Can I please ask you to bring forward for the American Polo Horse Association, Galga. Please, a round of applause for Galga and the grooms, Felix and Enrique. She was ridden by Juju Tarazona and also owned by Juju Tarazona. There she is, Galga, as I said, ridden by Juju. Well done indeed. And, of course, the 2 boys, Felix and Enrique, who look after all the ponies. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please, a round of applause for the American Polo Horse Association best playing pony, Galga. Loving all the attention. That's a perfect picture right there. Lovely. Well done, boys. Thank you, gentlemen. If you'd like to exit stage left. And then, of course, we also have the Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony of this, the WCT. Please bring her forward. Her name is 50, but she's only a 12-year-old grey mare. There she is. She was ridden by and owned by Olivia Utritz. And the groom there is Luis Zavala. Thank you very much, Luis. And congratulations to Olivia winning the Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony of this, the WCT Finals 2026. Right then, we're going to start, of course, with the runners-up. They fought very hard. It was a tall order, but they never gave up, and they deservedly the runners-up, ladies and gentlemen. Buena Vibra, of course, the runners-up. We're going to start with the number 1. Step forward, Juju Tarazona. Well, that's with number 2, the sister. Please step forward. A cracking game she had, Valentina Tarazona. Well done, Valentina. And then, of course, with that amazing goal in the second chukker, ladies and gentlemen, the captain, give it up for the one and only Maddie Grant. Well done, Maddie. And at number 4, last but no means least, of course, picking up 2 goals in that 4th chukker, Mika Sarako. Well done, Mika. And now over to the winners. And what a great performance we saw here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Amase Polo team, please step forward, the one and only Megan Manube. Well, I'm Megan. At number 2, a round of applause for Olivia Utritz. At number 3, ladies and gentlemen, one of our 2 10-goalers. Please, a big round of applause for the one and only Hazel Jackson. Well done, Hazel. And of course, the other 10 goal, ladies and gentlemen, is only 1 Millie Hine. Make some noise for the lovely Millie Hine. Well done. A big thank you to Tracy for helping us with the prize presentation. Now, before we get to the presentation of the beautiful trophy, we of course do have, as was to be expected, an MVP. A total of 6 goals scored. I think there is the clue, ladies and gentlemen. MVP of the WCT finals, playing for the Katina Cup. Please, a round of applause for the one and only Hazel Jackson. Big thank you again, of course, to Katina. And now a picture of the two teams before then. Thank you very much, Tracy, before the presentation of that beautiful trophy. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, everybody, put your hands together one more time for Amase Polo team and Buena Vibra. Right, if we could have Buena Vibra exit stage left, thank you very much. And now the moment that I'm sure the ladies have been waiting for. The presentation to Amase Polo team. Put your hands together one more time for Megan, Olivia, Hazel and Millie. Thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage on CTV Sports. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. I'm sure the ladies will go off and celebrate. Remember, the 6-goal final and the 12-goal final coming up on Saturday, the 28th of March. Sunday, of course, the 29th, the Palm Beach Open finals of the Polo League. And then on Monday, the Buzz Welcome Memorial. So plenty of polo to come. Come and join us either here at Grand Champions Polo Club and or, of course, watch all the action live on CTV Sports. From all of us here, enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your week, and tune in again very soon when it's polo time. Thank you and good night.